Record. Okay, I'm gonna check and see. Hi, Camelia. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Tina, today?
Great.
You look great this evening.
Thank you, and you look great this morning.
And we're wearing the same blue.
I know, it's so fun. And so
Yeah.
I am in the Caribbean, and you're in Indonesia, right?
Yes.
Isn't that freaking amazing?
Yes.
I just love that we don't have to be in the same place in the world in order for us to have this kind of interaction and experience. I think
Yes.
it's so amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. Thanks to the international community.
Oh yeah,
We can meet like this.
I agree. So Camelia, tell us about yourself, what you do, what your expertise is, and maybe tell us a little bit about you and your story and why you do what you do.
Okay, so it's a long questions, by the way.
It sums it up.
Yeah. Okay, my name is Camelia, and I am an anxiety expert and coach. So I just turned into this new role earlier this year, but it's based on and inspired by my personal anxiety history several years ago. So it's my personal story, and I deeply related to it because everybody knows that having anxiety, and especially anxiety disorder, was not fun. It's far from fun. It's debilitating. It's devastating. And my own personal story, it started around 2016, actually, when I resigned from my previous job in a company, because I worked for 6 years in that company for 24/7. So I took little to no break in between, little to no vacation in between. I felt like I had to really be this person who rejected negative emotions because it seemed weak to me. So I lived like that for my whole life. I rejected the negative emotions because I didn't want to seem to feel weak, to be seen as a weak person.
Mhm.
But that backfired on me when I finally resigned, and I felt like I had no social life whatsoever. I had no time for myself, and I felt like I had to keep chasing after this achievement, something, but it felt hollow. So I decided then and there. So all of my friends and my family thought that I was crazy for resigning from my job, because it was a stable job. But in 2016, I felt like that was it, because I felt like I had no fire for my job. I had no spirit for my job anymore, so I resigned. And just several months after that, I woke up suddenly this morning and had heart palpitations. How fun is that? Waking up one day and realize, oh, I got heart palpitations. It sent me into panic. And then it kept spiraling down after that, with the numbness in legs and arms, and also with the palpitations kept getting worse because the intensity and the intensity level, and also I felt the sense of doom day in and day out, and there was something like a broken records whispering in my head, whispering negative thoughts, and also I had fatigue all time, and for the first time in my life, I experienced the panic attacks.
Mm.
Okay, I felt like I was dying,
How
or
long
at
did it
least
take?
I felt like, yeah, I was getting heart attack, and
Oh.
I was rushed to an ER.
Mm.
And then after that, the doctor cleared me. Like after that, I visited ER and also numerous cardiologists for 2 years.
2 years.
I had so many blood works. I had so many tests, ECG, Holter monitors, and everything was great. The number was great. There's nothing wrong with me.
Mm.
The doctors said that don't keep coming back because you're healthy. Don't keep getting back here, okay?
Mm.
And they literally said that to me. And I was devastated at the time
Of course.
because nothing seemed to work, but I did finally visited a psychiatrist. And after 5 sessions in and change like 3 times prescriptions, well, my body couldn't take it. The meds, the anxiety meds, because at the time I really needed to take this craziness off, because it's not fun. Every day I kept getting physical symptoms one after another, and just I felt disconnected with my body.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't feel like it's my body. I felt losing myself. And at some point I was bedridden because I couldn't, like the physical symptoms seemed too much.
Right.
But the doctors all cleared me.
Mm. That must be really frustrating.
Yes, and I saw dead end. Because the anxiety meds, I changed about 3 times prescriptions.
Right.
3 times, and my body rejected it all.
So what did you do?
So at the time, I really wanted to give up. Like seriously, if I said to myself, if this was going to be my future from now on, then I just have to accept it. My body and my mind were giving up on me. Like seriously, were giving up on me, but it's my heart that pulled that pulled me just one more. And I was angry at myself at the time, at this little voice inside of me. Why do you keep whispering to me to try one more time, to try one more step, to try one more cure? Because there's no cure after all of this time. And I nearly bankrupted myself trying to cure myself from this anxiety, literally. So I was devastated, and I did nothing for at least for quite some time. And I was like laying in bed, thinking about every worst possible scenarios.
Yeah.
But this tiny little voice just try one more, just try one more day, one more. And because I was so angry at this little voice, okay, and I did my little research, because at first I tried all things in the conventional approach, right?
Yeah.
So I did all of my Googling first, and then researching into mental health. And that's how I found this holistic approach to finally bring down my anxiety severity level from 80 to 30 in 6 months only. And that's how powerful the holistic approach is. Because to nail the anxiety, you have to nail all of the aspects, the mind, body, and soul. Because there's no end to it if you only target like the physical body only. because you have this emotion, you have this mind, and you have your soul. Without targeting all of those, so I kind of tried everything in the market for holistic, and I did trial and errors on myself. So finally, after 6 months, I found like a strategy that's best for me. To target all of those, and also not to overwhelm myself in the process, because God knows there are so many things about anxiety tools right now, anxiety strategies, anxiety years, right? But the most important thing is to really address the basics. When you nail the basics down, your anxiety level will get better over time.
Okay, so when you say nail the basics, what does that mean?
It means that resetting the physical balance first. It means that getting the micronutrients and macronutrients that your body needs. So first, I will suggest to all of those who experience anxiety to really nail the physical, to reset the physical bodies first, because it's easier that way to then next move to the mental, to the mindset and energy aspects.
Okay.
Because your body needs to be at least not in top form, but at least capable of handling the energy work and also the mindset work. Or it can reverse it, but I think that resetting the physical body will take the edge off. Will take the edge off.
And did you do that by what you ate? Or you
Yes.
vitamins and minerals? What did you do?
Oh, yes, the vitamins and minerals, and also I watch what I eat, because you know, when you suffer from severe anxiety, please do not ever touch the caffeine. Like, it will send you directly into a panic attack states, or at least an anxiety state, and it's prolonged anxiety state, and it's not great for someone who has severe anxiety. Just stay away from caffeine for a while, and at least until you feel better and you feel that you can take control of your anxiety, you can manage anxiety. But otherwise, I will suggest that you stay away from caffeine. And that's the number one rule.
Okay.
Because okay, I will just say this, because it needs to be said, and I guess a lot of people can really benefit from this. When you take the caffeine, you keep decreasing the magnesium level in your body, and magnesium is responsible for at least 600 metabolic reactions in the body. So if you have prolonged anxiety, it will decrease your magnesium level even more, hence the numbness, hence the heart palpitations and everything. But I will suggest you to take a complete blood work first, the vitamin levels, the mineral levels, because all things can contribute to heart palpitations, like the imbalance in mineral, the potassium levels, and also the D3 levels, and also the magnesium levels. And I will suggest that you take an RBC magnesium test, because if you take a serum magnesium, which is present in your blood, it will not as accurate and as RBC, because there's just 1% of magnesium in your blood. Hence, it will not be accurate if you take serum magnesium test. So I will just suggest you take an RBC magnesium. But I think most of people nowadays, especially if you don't take leafy greens, or you don't consume leafy greens on a daily basis, and your diet it's around meat and just general unhealthy diet, you probably have deficiency in magnesium, because deficiency in magnesium can materialize in lots of things, and I actually mention it a lot in my bundle.
Yay.
So yeah, if you please just, this is a disclaimer, if you take any medications or you have some kind of illness, please discuss with your doctors first, and especially if you take a blood thinner or blood thinning medications for any heart disease, and also you have low count for your system.
Blood count.
Okay, if your heart rate is below 60 BPM,
Oh, okay.
yes, you can't take magnesium.
Okay. Okay.
You can't take magnesium.
Disclaimer, just check with your doctor before you do anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just go to your doctors and make sure that you're cleared of everything before you take something, and just discuss it with your doctors first.
Excellent. So your experience has led you to now become a coach for other people with anxiety, and you have a special bundle that you've created. So talk to us about that.
Yes. Okay, this special bundle will include the practical and simple anxiety hacks if you experience or you're near panic attacks or in panic attacks, how to bring that level down really quickly.
Awesome.
It's simple and it's just several choices, but not having so many tools defeat the purpose. The purpose is to bring your anxiety level down without overwhelming yourself. So that's why I have these anxiety hacks, and I also have this whole guidance on how to reset your physical balance. And for the mental side, for the mindset part and energy part, I have provided you with 1 healing sessions with me.
Awesome.
So
and how much is your bundle?
Yes, it's only $99.
Wow.
Yes, it's a steal.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I also forgot to mention that I will also do a personalized audit on your lifestyle habit and what we can do about it. So we will make a plan for you so that you can go on your first healing journey.
Nice. Excellent. So if you're interested in Camilla's flash sale bundle, leave a comment below and she'll send you the link. And it's is there a time limit on it, Camilla? Are you?
It's probably it's going to be, I only accept 20 people.
Okay.
So yeah.
So 20.
As fast as for the 20 people to fill up the positions, then I will no longer release it.
and the energy session alone, I'm sure, is worth more than $111. So it is a steal, people.
Yeah, it's a steal.
Excellent. Any last words you want to say?
Okay, for those who experience severe anxiety right now, just don't give up on yourself, because you're better than this, because you can get it. I believe that even if we can't see the end results of what we're doing right now, and I know it's very challenging to keep visualizing the future while you're in this kind of state, while you're suffering from so many symptoms all at once, and it drives you crazy. But healing is there. You're experiencing healing even now. And whatever you do, whatever healing modalities that you do now, just trust your process I know that you can't see it right now. I know that you're probably thinking that it's not going to worth it because it's not going to change, but it will change.
Right.
It will.
It will.
Like trust yourself, trust the process, and just.
So how many years from start to finish before you started to feel better?
I think that 6 months, or if you have a more.
When it started to happen.
Uh-huh.
So you said 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years.
So 2 years until you decided to take things into your own control. And then.
Oh, no, I think it's 1.5 year trying. Okay. Before trying the conventional approach before I stop it altogether and then move to a holistic approach.
Awesome. So we do have a question. One of the ladies asked, she said that she'd been on anxiety meds for a while. She was resisting them, and she had been on them 30 years ago, was taken off 20 years ago. And there's Donkey.
Oh, cute.
Donkey has a braid all day, people, and anybody who works with me knows that that's a Donkey approved braid. So and so the person said that she wasn't looking to escape, but she felt that she needed to take the edge off so her body and her mind could relax a bit. She was feeling disappointed that she quote unquote broke to ask for meds, and the doctor put her on a very low dose of meds that she had success with before. But this time around, she had severe reaction and had to stop them immediately. She only took 1 pill. She's going back tomorrow to see if there's another medicine that she could take. And she doesn't want to feel as if she knows that this is going to work, but she wonders if taking something would be beneficial or to her detriment.
Okay, so as to that question, I have nothing against meds, anxiety meds, and you do whatever you feel that you need to take the edge off right now. And if the meds is the way for you, then take it. Like to feel a little bit normal, at least you feel a little bit in control of your mind and of your entire body. But don't just rely on meds too much. So you fell on looking at something that can really bring down your anxiety and also build resilience towards your anxiety in the long term, because I see people realize too much on the medications, and it also happened with my own grandma before she passed away, because the doctor kept upping the dosage. So over the years, but your body will build some tolerance towards the meds. Trust me, your body will build some tolerance towards the meds. That's why it will the dosage will keep getting higher if you don't do anything else aside from that. The meds is necessary for now to take the edge off, to take care of the symptoms, but it doesn't mean that it will reset your balance, your off balance, because in anxiety, your balance is off, your mindset balance is off, your physical body balance is off, your energy is off. Right. All of them is off balance. So you need to reset those to really bring that homeostasis condition back. Right. To really feel that you're in control.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. And you can try magnesium, as I previously told before. Right. And please talk to your doctors first. Disclaimer.
Yeah, so maybe the person could look into that as well. And so I have, thankfully, knock on wood, can honestly say I've never experienced anxiety. I do have clients who have in the past. And so what I query is the mindset on this question. So if you're feeling that you broke down and you're disappointed in yourself for having to take the edge off, then my feeling and sense is, hi Sandy, is that you're probably, your mind is rejecting it before the body gets to experience it. Because you're seeing it as weakness, you're seeing it as that you've given in, and you're resisting it with your physical body, and that's not allowing it to work for you. So what I personally would suggest, and I've done this with my cancer clients, because she would get so upset because she would have to have a shot every month in the bum, and she doesn't have much flesh back there naturally, and so she would say, oh, I really hate this drug. And I said, you have to shift your perspective on it, because when you have that resistance, your body is clenching and it's not allowing the flow. When you're not allowing the flow and you're not allowing the ease of it, then you're rejecting it. And so it's a worse experience than if you just allowed it. And we shifted it for her to see it as a gift. So she was on a Medicare system, so she didn't have to pay for the medicine. It was helping save her life and keeping her healthy and keeping her cancer free. And she was able to get it. So by shifting that, every time after that, that shot meant nothing to her. It didn't hurt anymore. It was just an experience, and she didn't put any emotion around it. When we put emotion around these things is when they actually backfire.
Yes, I agree with that. Shifting the perspective would be tremendous, would be very, very beneficial for you. Shift the perspective first, and then you can take the meds.
Yeah, and also visualize it. So visualize that you're taking the pill. It's helping take the edge off. It's helping you feel more normal, more in control, and you're breathing through it and allowing it to do its job. And when you can get to a place where you think you can come off of those meds, then you do.
Yeah, that's actually wonderful.
Yeah, medicine is there to help us and assist us. Now, it's different if it's a crutch and that's your first go-to, but I know from working with this person before, it's not her first go-to. She's done a lot of personal development. She's done a lot of energy work, and so she's doing the work. So clearly something needs a little shift, and maybe if she's got that edge off, then there's going to be some clarity. Hi, Charmaine. And that clarity can help also with seeing things differently, and then again allowing that perspective shift.
Yeah, that was awesome. Wait for a second.
Sure. You okay? We're live, ladies.
Okay, sorry. That was my sister announcing that she got the BTS ticket concert in LA.
Oh, okay, no problem. We didn't hear anything, so you're all good.
Okay. By the way, that was wonderful suggestions. And shifting the perspective, because I was first against to take medications for anything, right? But there will be times when when your body really needs the medications first to take care of the symptom. So shifting the perspective will allow you to take the medications and integrate it into your body, like without any side effects.
Yeah, without any judgment and without any shame and embarrassment and frustration. I mean, that's the last thing you need when you're going through this kind of stuff. This is not the time for that.
Yes.
Yeah. So give yourself a break. There's no judgment. There's no need for being embarrassed, and there's no breaking of you or anything of that nature. You're feeling the need for it. Trust that need for it. And your body wouldn't have the thought or the feeling to need it if you didn't. So allow yourself that grace in that time.
Yes, that was wonderful. Thank you, Tina.
You're very welcome.
Okay, then we can shift this conversation to you. I was so excited when I first met Tina on this online community. I read her profile, and she said that she was working with empath and HSP. So I'm very interested because I just recently realized myself that I probably an empath. Okay, so these questions, because Tina herself is a women empowerment coach, and I can see that very clearly because she's very empowering people to, especially women, to really be herself and be authentic self. So tell me, Tina, how's your journey? What's your story behind it? And just everything.
Thanks, Camilla. So as Camilla said, I'm an empowerment coach, and I shifted to working with empaths because I have sought to improve my gift, to ignite more of my gifts, and to really understand what they all are about. And I took an energy course back in the early part of the year. And with that energy course, they explained a lot more about the clair senses. And there's 8 different ones, and one of them is clair empathy. And then there's others, and I was like, yeah, I have that, and I have that, and I have that.
Hey, that was awesome.
And now I'm realizing I have more because I'm developing more of my intuition and my connection. And so in my research, I was going to empath groups, and I was trying to figure out what they were saying and why they were, what their mindset was all about. And a lot of it was about the fact that it was a curse, and they were taking on other people's energies, and they were experiencing being drained, being around friends and crowds, or they knew that people were lying to them and they were really angry with that. Or they would be feeling really anxious because they were taking on other people's anxieties and anxiousness. And you have a story about that as well.
Yes.
And so it was important for me to help empaths understand, because this is something that I've known, and this is called clairsentience. And it is something you just know. You know what you know. I'm wrong. It's not clairsentience. It's clair something. Can I have my notes?
Yes, of course.
Claircognizance. So
okay.
you have a knowing, and I just knew that it's something that not everybody knows. So I've had 3 conversations in the last couple of days. Everyone has been an empath, and to some degree they knew it. They didn't have a label for it, and they don't know all of the gifts they have as well. They also, a couple of them were saying it's kind of a gift and a curse. And so what is important for us to understand as an empath is that it is a beautiful gift and we can manage it. So it doesn't have to control us. It doesn't have to be something that's draining. We don't have to feel other people's anxieties. We can put boundaries and limitations and parameters around our gifts so that we're only feeling and sensing what's positive, which is the most amazing part of it. So we get left with all the beauty of the gift without taking on all the negativity of the gift. So, but it's something that we have to understand. And if you don't understand you and you're rejecting your gift, you're rejecting yourself. So can you imagine rejecting yourself and a piece of you that's part of you? You're probably going to get anxious and even into this downward spiral because you're rejecting a piece of you. And I'll because it sounds kind of strange rejecting that piece. When I worked with cancer clients who've had a breast removal, they reject that part of them. And so they don't breathe into it. When they don't breathe into it, then that part normally will get cancer back because they left that life force energy and they're rejecting it. So if you're not claiming who you are, embracing your gift as it is, then you're rejecting that part of you and you're not breathing into you. And so it's so important for us to integrate it all, be accepting of who we are, learn how to use it to our advantage, because it is, I mean, someone said to me the other day, oh, I really hate it because I know that person was lying to me. And I said, hey, I would like that telepathic understanding that people are lying to me without actually having to go home and go, you know, I sense that that person was lying to me, but then you have this mind chatter going in your head. No, they can't be doing that. Why would they lie to me? But if you know that they're lying, how amazing is that? Then you can just walk away from the situation and go, I know you're lying, and then leave it alone, right?
Yeah, that's kind of interesting because, well, I kind of sense it for my whole life, but I don't really name it into something. And I just realized that, wow, it's that powerful.
Yeah, truly is. Yeah. And so what I also have a hard time with is reading about empaths that are hiding out in life. So they feel so overwhelmed by the energies that they're feeling that they don't go shopping or they don't go out with friends, and they just are basically left by themselves because it's just so much. So it is definitely something that can be managed, and that's what I'm here to tell you tonight. And my bundle is an energy session. No, it's not. So it's a workshop, but it's an energy session built in the workshop. And I just break it down. And Camelia helped me see that the other day. So it basically, I'm going to share with you how more about your gift, which ones you have, the different kinds. Then I'm going to share with you what you can do with them. I'm going to share with how you can block other people's energies so they don't drain you. I'm going to share with you how to release energies that are not yours. And I'm going to share with you also how to refill, replenish, and restore your energy so you can be lively and live life and not be in fear of what you're going to experience every time you go out into the world. So I think, and then you're going to get the transcript of that. So that'll be yours for a lifetime. So any of these things that you're experiencing, you could just reference it back. Now, I did a digital program. It's 2.5 hours and it's $497. So I've kind of shrunk it down to just the energy part of everything, and it's $111 for the workshop. And the workshop is Friday at 2:30. p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're interested, please let me know and we'll get you on there. If you can't make it live, then the recording will be available to everybody who signs up and registers. And I'm really excited about it. It's important. And the more I talk to people, the more I realize how important it is. And we really do not understand ourselves. And once we understand ourselves and what we have to offer this world, there's no stopping us, in my opinion.
Oh, I feel empowered just by hearing those words, you know.
Thank you.
It's wonderful what you offer, because there's a lot in there. There's a lot in the bundle.
Yeah, and I usually give more than what I actually start to. So you'll walk away with a lot more.
So please, everyone, if you like experience or just in the path of awakening of an empath or something like that, join this, because I'm very interested myself.
Yeah, you're gonna be there.
Yeah. I need to work with the time zone, but yeah.
And Camila, it's 1:30 in the morning for her, so there's no excuses.
Yeah, but I worked a lot with people who's in EST time or US time, so I think I can manage it.
Yeah.
If just for one session.
Okay, ladies, if there's no other questions, is there anything else you'd like to say, Camilla?
I think I've said all.
Okay.
And just don't just fight with yourself, because it's exhausting to really fight with yourself, to fight your anxiety, to fight your gifts, to fight the part of you. And if you keep running away, there will be no end to it.
Yeah, it's a push-pull, and when you have the push-pull, you're out of alignment. When you're out of alignment, then the world just gets into a very chaotic state. So it's not worth it. Really is worth it. So
agree with it.
Work with your body, work with your heart, your mind, and your soul, and there's really truly nothing stopping you from getting what you want. So if you have any questions, please leave it in the comments below the video and we'll come back around. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you got some value out of it. And we'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Camilla. Take care and have a good day.
Thank you, Tina. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.